Focus Up Show every Saturday, 9 a.m.
Tap in or tap out.
Yo.
Top of the top of the morning. Hey, hey, hey. Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing this morning? Lady J, how is you, girl?
I'm great. I'm great. How are you fellas doing?
Good.
Excellent. Excellent. What's up, Mr. Nice Guy? How you doing, sir?
Doing straight, bro. Just pushing it, keeping it pushing. Appreciated that it's sun out there so I can do some grilling.
Right. What's up, Mr. L Pooh? How you doing, infamous sir?
Just here, man. Here once again, ready to roll. Let's go.
All right. That's what's up. I'm good. I'm out here in my city. You know I love it. I'm in the city, baby. Broke as hell though. Let's go. What's going on, man? It's been a very interesting week. A lot going on. Numbers are looking good. We want to thank everybody for liking and subscribing, and we still need you guys to subscribe. Hit that ding so you can get the Focus Up uh when notifications. You know, that's where we at. Yeah, life is good out here. Mm-hmm. Where y'all want to start? What we got going on in the news? What we starting off with, fellas, ladies, and gentlemen?
So, when we talk about in the news, one thing we can talk about is, the youngster, the infant. This kid, it's like some parent allowed their kid to get a hold of their gun, and this kid is on video, like in the hallway in some type of apartment complex, sitting there pointing the gun at people's doors, pulling the trigger, doing all this type of craziness. And someone saw it and they called the police. The police show up, and I guess the kid is gone. So they're like saying, well, and they speak to the father, and he's like, I don't even have a gun. So the police were gonna leave. So as the police were leaving, one of the neighbors is like, whoa, hold up, check out this Ring camera, and they show all of this stuff going on. And of course, at that point, they decide to go in and check, and they find this gun. So this is an example of, if you have a gun, lock it up.
Yeah, that kid was out there. He was playing like he was in a Western cowboy movie. He was trying his best to squeeze that trigger, put it in his mouth. He was doing all kind of stuff. And I remember me being a kid. I did like to play with guns. If I got hold of a gun, even a fake gun, I was running around like, yeah, gotcha. But it is a very dangerous and destructive tool to have around children, and not have it to where they can't get to it or have access to it to do stuff like that. But I'm saying, if that was my kid, I'd have played dumb too. I'd have been like, I don't even got no kids. I don't have no kids. He tried it too. He tried.
Hey, he almost got away for it. If it wasn't for the meddling kids in the Ring video.
Sorry, guys.
The saddest part and the luckiest part about the whole thing is the gun was loaded. It just wasn't one in the chamber. And the way he was, pulling that trigger and everything. If he knew how to cock that gun, man, it would have been way different. That's just really sad.
Yeah, that's why I don't leave him in the chamber. That clip's gonna be fully loaded. There's gonna be many clips by it, but ain't nothing gonna be chambered. There's gonna have to be a step.
I do remember there was a time where I was a kid. I was in my brother's truck. This was in Florida. He came down, and I knew where his gun was at. I was in the car. I was playing with his gun. Like, I'm in there. My little sister outside playing, and I had the gun. I pointed at her. I'm like, yeah. And then I was like, pop. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was a real serious situation. I was a young, stupid kid. I'm still an old, stupid kid now. Yeah, I was really cutting up, and it's a very dangerous type of situation to present to your family. Like, so you do have to be careful with these guns. Yeah. What you got to say on this, Miss Lady J?
What do I have to say about the pistol packing, sagging diaper toddler? I pray for the parent. I really do. This is a sign to me. I don't want to just say poor parenting, but it definitely fits in the category because how does someone that age get a gun within his hands? You know, that's the number one question. And thank God for the ring camera. And like El Pooh said, luckily he did not know how to cock that gun because it could have been some deaths that had occurred. Even the child could have shot himself.
Thanks.
And my thing to the parents, you guys need to be more mindful when you have guns in the house and where you put those guns. Um, Children, especially of that age, they can't decipher the difference. So, you know, they watch these video games and cartoon TV and they see fake guns and see people get shot or may get back up. That's not the case in real life. So these guns need to stay out of reach because, you know, once you shoot and take somebody's life, they're not going to bounce back. And kids can't decipher that. So they look at a gun and just feel like it's something to do. I don't even like to buy my grandchildren water guns. So these parents need to be more mindful. And whatever happens to the parent, deserve it if you ask me.
You know, you bring up a good point. I mean, I that's the way I feel. I never was comfortable with kids. Like, look, we have guns in the house. These are serious go tools when it comes down to that. Under no circumstances do you think of a gun as a plaything. I'm not. I wouldn't be. I would never give a kid a water gun or one of these little Nerf guns or anything like that. A gun is for serious type stuff. You play with other stuff.
Right. Oh, just once again, and we should have put that on the screen, you know, about handguns. They need to follow the safety rules. I mean, it's just a common sense thing you would think, especially when you have a child in the home, is their safety. You should be concerned about your own child's safety first, because that, like, once again, that child could have taken his own life.
And speaking of gun incidents, oh, you want to talk about this? Yeah, go ahead. Your mic ain't on, brother. No,
go ahead.
No, go ahead. You brought up. We brought up Solomon Pena. Why don't you go?
He was running for the Senate in Albuquerque. He lost, and he hired a few hit guys to do a few drive-bys on the homes of a few of his opponents, which obviously like 4 different people. And from what I hear, he was in the car with one of them. So he locked up, and everybody getting locked up. How y'all feel about that?
Dumb. That's all I have to say. It's just dumb. Yeah. Dumb.
That whole other side. I mean, it's like I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. You know what I'm saying? But just the whole concept of how they make excuses for this type of stuff, or even joke about things. When Nancy Pelosi's husband I don't know if he got stabbed up or shot up, whatever. I mean, they're like making jokes and stuff like that. I mean, this stuff is real.
Got hammer time.
Yeah, hammer time. Yeah, exactly. It's one thing to these politics and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, we're still human beings. We need to be able to function, and it's all right to disagree with somebody, but all this savage violence and disregard for another human being's welfare, that's not even a little bit civilized.
It's crazy what political party that's doing all the violence.
It's only one party, it seems like.
Exactly.
Right.
Not only that, Donald Trump set a precedent when he did the election denial thing. See, this dude denied the election and everything too. That's where it all stemmed from. And now all these people are just, it's just a Republican to have to say, look, I lost. I didn't lose the race. They said I lost. It was all rigged. They always saying this right now.
Yeah.
The whole
Now
big
it's the
thing now.
defense. Yeah.
And now it's getting out of control. And I seen it coming to this because didn't nobody stop this man from doing what he was doing. So
Right.
now it's just what it is. It's like
But
the new reality of it now.
see, politics is a very emotional game. It's very emotional. You feel a certain way about something, and you're standing by it, and you willing to die for it. Like back in the 1800s with John Adams, George Washington, they used to go in the back and get down and have squabbles and be like, I'm a, because that's when men was really men and was knocking each other upside the head. It's always been a life or death type stuff going on with these politics.
They had actual duels.
Yeah, they had
actual duels, straight up. Like, we disagree, we got to handle this. Yeah, let's have a duel to the death. But in today's society, it's just like, dude, what are you doing? You're hiring hitmen to shoot and kill this person, and you got your boys with you. You're like, pop at the house. Man, they about to get a whole bunch of charges just for that. He taking 2 L's. He lost the race, and now you about to lose in life. Man, it's not good.
Well, and to come back to your point about that certain dude who been putting the battery in all their bats. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're talking about how you just need to don't resist the police. But then COVID hits, and now these mugs are cutting up at the beach just because they have to wear a mask. You know what I'm saying? So if that had been Black Lives Matter at the January 6th, I mean, it would have been a slaughter. You know what I'm saying? But they feel like they can just do whatever they want, and no biggie, no whatever. They still apologize for that.
It'd have been a Black Lives Massacre.
Yeah, exactly.
Not Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Massacre up there. Yeah. So, what else we got in the news? We got in Texas.
Go ahead. We got another gun incident.
Gun story. How you had it, Mr. El Poo? Fake gun, real death. A young man in his late 20s. He just got out of prison. He did like maybe 15 or something years, and he decides he about to rob a whole eatery, a whole restaurant. He must have saw Pulp Fiction. But he didn't have no lookout. he robbed the whole store and would have been successful. But in Texas, they got that law. Anybody over 21, you can legally carry a gun. If that's your gun, you can carry that sucker. And somebody was there, and they put 9 in them. 9?
They did.
Wild, Wild West.
The sad thing is the fact that you lost your death over having a fake gun. Like, you wouldn't even been able to defend yourself to shoot back. That was fake. The question at hand, as we were discussing, is the shooter that actually killed the guy, is he a hero? And in everyone's eyes, I personally think the man did what he needed to do to protect, because if that gun would not have been fake, and if the suspect had chosen to shoot someone, he could have taken more lives than his one life. I don't condone killing anyone, but I just feel like the guy was just trying to protect. He also tried to give people their money back and everything. The young man made a poor decision he just made a poor decision, especially. And if you know the law in Texas, somebody was going to be in there with a handgun. Why go with a fake gun? Period. It could have been the owner of the restaurant that came out.
That's why I don't feel whether the gun was fake or not. That to me, I don't think that even mattered. Like, if somebody pull a fake gun on me, I'm going to think it's real. I done seen guns that you can have them designed today, like different colors, a camouflage gun, a red and blue handgun, all kind of stuff. If you pull any type of weapon out, if I perceive it as a danger, if I can, I'm gonna try to get the upper hand. And I when I first heard this story, I thought it was a kid who did this. The way he did that robbery, I thought he was like maybe maybe 20, 18, but it's a grown dude trying to rob a whole liquor store. You ain't got no lookout. Oh, you needed that, dummy.
The way I
You're
say it
stupid.
is the way I say the way I see it is play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I mean, you can't be sitting there playing those games about whether this is a real game. This is a go time decision, and I mean it's kind of messed up because I mean it looked like he was leaving. So in a sense, it's kind of a funny type of situation, but you never know when someone's going to double back, or do whatever. So
Yeah.
It's something that you have to do in a situation. If I'm in a situation and I see a gun or whatever, and I have an opportunity to do something about it, it is going to be a lethal response. Period. We can work out, the fallout after the fact, but that's a go time situation. I will say this, it's sad when you're robbing something, when you're doing a crime with a fake gun, it's a different crime. You know what I'm saying? There are different repercussions if you survive. And a big part of it is because the people, because you're really not putting people at risk, not real risk. You're putting them at theoretical risk, but they can't know that. So I mean, it's kind of messed up. But look, don't play those games. So you play stupid games, win stupid prizes, and you won a very stupid prize, and that's sad.
Where you at, El Pooh? Seem like you got something to say about this.
I ain't really got much to say. I'm just saying like this. Maybe you took the fake gun because you didn't want to get that armed robbery charge.
Wow.
That was dumb. It's just really dumb, though. But here's the thing. I believe he had used that fake gun and did other robberies and got away with it. So he got emboldened. So he just got out there and thought he can get away with it. But that was dumb. That was just... I mean, what? What if somebody did have a gun, though? I mean, you got a fake gun, they got a real gun. That's what happened. Somebody had a real gun. You got shot. I mean, that's just as stupid as they come. I mean, I don't know.
Stupid and sad at the
I mean,
same
if he was... See, another thing was, you thought he was a kid, Jaywalk, right? You would think he was a kid doing some shit like that. How you gonna be? How old was he? 30?
He's 30.
Yeah.
He's 30.
You gotta know better by 30. And he got out of jail too?
And just got out.
What did he learn in jail? What did he learn in jail?
A lot of people sadly don't learn too much in jail. It's really not set up for that.
I mean, most times,
Well, I know
some people
know
come out
his-
of jail and be better criminals. This dude right here just went to a stupid jail or something.
Yeah, he regressed. He regressed a little bit. But I know this. His family ain't gonna have to put no more money on his books and he ain't gonna be a burden to them no more.
Mute him.
Yeah, that's sad, man. It's like he made a terrible choice, but sadly, he's got a real mama. He's got a real family that's going to be hurt.
Right.
And
Mute him.
but look, you can't do that. And you would think that if you know the rules in Texas, I've always said, like in Arizona, they got like crazy gun laws. As far as what you can have, you should not be cutting up in Arizona. But when you find out in Texas, it's even worse. That should be your motivation to be like, yeah, you don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what's going on. That's where we at. Everybody done with that
with the guns,
with the
baffling discussions. I guess so.
The baffling buffoon of the robbery.
Now this one was a baffling buffoon, But,
yeah.
But rest in peace. Condolences to the family.
Absolutely.
Man, listen, listen. Sometimes people just gotta go, dude. For real.
Oh no, they do. They do gotta go.
Look,
but it's still sad for the family.
Some people,
the family doesn't have anything to do with this, so you have to be respectful for the family.
That's what I'm saying. Man. So yeah,
I got kids. If I got kids too, they do something too outrageous, it's gonna directly embarrass me, and it's gonna be like, damn, really? That's my kid who did that old outlandish silliness. Come on, man. Sometimes. What they call it? What's that? Selection, natural selection. That's what's going on here.
Oh,
no, natural selection.
The herd gets thin by the stupidity, but hey,
yes, natural selection. If you too slow, you're going to get weeded out of the generations to come. Hopefully he ain't had no kids. Let's move on.
Oh,
Learn to adapt.
Let's move on to our first topic. I'm gonna confess. I'm gonna be upfront. When I first heard this, I was like, "Oh, we talking about this," but this is a juicy one. This has turned out to be a juicy one. The bus stop dilemma. You are not present, but your current wife or girlfriend is driving down the street and she sees the mother of your child and your son or daughter at the bus stop in hellacious weather, terrible weather. Pick one: rain, sleet, snow. Should she stop and help them, give them a ride? That's the question.
There's one little piece that you left out of there. Also, you found out that the buses are canceled. So they're at the bus stop waiting for a bus, but you found on the news that the buses are canceled because of the weather. So now you've properly set up the event.
And then there's one other piece. Neither mother likes each other.
I just try to keep it general because y'all adding on to my point. I started off there. Well, no, y'all go ahead.
I started off. I think
Yeah.
that the wife, girlfriend of the gentleman should stop and offer a ride. Whether that mother takes the ride or not is on her, but you're with that man. So that child is a part of you. If you take that man, you take his child, regardless of who the mother is. And you will want someone to do that for your child, especially in bad weather. And you put aside whatever you and that woman are going through. And it, like I said, once again, it's up to that mother to decide yes or no to take that ride. And even if she says no, then I would even offer, well, can I give the child a ride? If you want to stay here, that's on you. But I would do everything I can in my heart to offer the ride because that's just the type of woman that I am. It's not about anything me and her have going on. No, it's about that child. It's not even about the father of the child. It's a child.
I would that.
I'm not. I'm a cuss. I'm gonna have to curse.
Say what you were saying.
This is not to nobody on here. Fuck both of them. Good. Yeah. Enjoy that water. Yeah, enjoy it. Like, hell no. If it's a guy with his son, as a man, I would be like, fuck them. I'm going to splash you, too. I'm going to splash you. I wouldn't care either way it went because that's your responsibility. You made a stupid choice and you sitting out there like an idiot. And I don't owe you shit. Now, that's my chick. It would have been nice. But I know that's how I would have ride. I would not have done it. But now, keep this in mind. I have helped out people before. I have. But I wouldn't have felt obligated in any way just because I'm dating said person. I don't feel obligated. If I want to, I'll do it out of my heart. But I wouldn't be thinking like, oh, that's his daughter, that's his kid. Because plenty of people, y'all have left people in hellacious weather. You didn't even know one. So just because you know that little kid and the baby father or the baby mama, you supposed to stop. Fuck that.
That makes it worse if you don't. So that goes to say how you really feel. And if me personally, if I was your girl and you did that to my child, that ends our relationship right then and there on the spot.
Bye.
That's where I come in. I can't speak for what a female should do. I mean, what she should do is what she should do. But that would be a relationship ender for me. That's my child. You know that's my child. We have a relationship, and you left my child in this crazy type situation that's, this child could die from that.
You should have bought her a car.
Again, the most, that's the thing about as adults, we need to be adults. We need to look out for children, period. Not just our children, all children, but especially the children of the person you with. That's basically your child-ish after a fashion. So I mean, that's part of your family unit.
All right. See, this is why this conversation is so great. It's like this. See, y'all say what needs to be heard. Like, oh yeah, I would do this. But in real life, look, I got 2 baby mamas. And I got 2 youngins. And I know neither one of them give a rat's ass about the next one. Not like FM, because they do exchange Christmas presents and stuff like that. But I know if it came down to it, they sit at the bus stop, ain't that one of them pulling over like, let me help this bitch out. I just know it to be true.
But no disrespect to your baby mamas.
It ain't no disrespect, because I'm telling you, that's what real life
you're
is.
picking the wrong women then.
Yeah.
If you know that's
what
what they will do, then you're picking the wrong women.
Yeah, exactly.
Janetta.
Walk.
You can say what you would listen. You can say what you would do because it ain't happened. You saying that?
Let me tell you something.
Have you had a?
Yes, I
you
have.
had an issue.
The honest truth. Yes, I have. I had that situation happen, and you know what? To this day, me and that young lady speak like nothing. It was like she saw that I was a real woman, and I was young. And she appreciated. Not only that, guess what? She was catching the bus to take her baby to the hospital. Her baby had a UTI, and it was a baby. And
damn, talk about bad decision making on your baby, on your daddy part. Like, damn,
you asked me a question about
I'm sorry.
what I would have done, what I did. So yes, I've been there before. You have to act like an adult. Children are innocent. They are not the ones that's been brought into this world. When we carry, it's up to us as mothers to decide if we're going to birth our child or abort our child. It's not the child's decision. So, and I have to be honest, before things were as crazy as it was, I've had tasers, pepper spray. If I seen somebody in bad weather or in bad shape with a child, I have asked if you need help. Do you need a ride? Yes, I probably was putting my life in danger, but to be honest, I have a thing for children. I really do. And even when people out there panhandling with their child, they could be lying, but still something in me just see a child out there and they have to be put through that type of stuff, and it's their parent that's putting them through that child is not asking for that. So unfortunately, I'm not your other two baby mamas.
And we got a comment too. Review the quality of your girlfriend.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it sounds good. It sounds good hypothetically, huh? LeBread trucker, ain't you supposed to be driving truck somewhere?
Well, again,
hey, I'd have been like, this how I know this is what women really would have done. Put that camera on me if you don't mind, Mr. L. Pooh.
Zoom in all the way on him.
This what they'd have did. Look at your raggedy ass baby mama. Look at your raggedy ass baby mama. Look at your raggedy ass baby mama. Yeah, that's real life.
And you know what? You should have
told turn the
camera on yourself because you're a raggedy baby mama number 2. Because if you're sitting up there videotaping doing that, then you turn that camera on yourself because you're just as raggedy as she is, if that's the case.
We know real life. Real life, what goes on.
We know real life.
Fuck about the kid or the baby mama. Stop it.
Before I respond to that, Pooh, what you got to say on this? Because I got some. I'm go ahead.
Man, listen.
Huh?
If you any type of human, you would go ahead and try to pick up that child and help that child out. Now, if that woman or that man or whoever it was out there by themselves, forget about them. But if they got that child, come on now, you gotta look out for that child. That child comes first, straight up.
Period.
There ain't nothing else to say about it.
You know, it's always fascinating to me when people always say, you know, people say this, but you know, in a real situation, what would you do? And I always go, you know, the reason why you think that way is because you think that way. The reality is not everybody thinks the way that you do. There are people that are cold and callous in this world, and there's people that are loving and forgiving. I'm just telling you that when
there's some people who are full of shit.
And some people who
not saying no names
100, and some people just keep it 100. And the fact of the matter is, again, to me, that would be a relationship ender. If you got my kid, you see my kid in a life-threatening situation, and you don't do something about it, that's it. Not only is it not okay, but I'm saying that it shows me about your character. It shows me about where you at. And God forbid, if it turns out that my kid dies behind this, I'm just not going to say it on camera.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the relationship ender. How did you find out? Did she tell you that she saw her out there and was like, I didn't help him? That's a relationship ender. Now, if your baby mama said, I saw your girlfriend.
Look at your raggedy ass baby mama. Look at your raggedy ass baby mama.
Now, if she on the phone.
That's how he found out.
And see, because he be messing with, hey, I hate to say it, but that's the quality of the women that you may be interacting with that function like that. I
I'm
mean,
gonna say like this: if she out there in the rain with the baby and she pull her phone out and say, "Look at your," either one of those do that, man. Something wrong.
See, Pooh, you in the streets.
Like I know people
we all do. Look, it ain't about who you chose. It's everybody like that. Everybody pulling out their phone. You see a person get shot in the ass, he dying. You gonna be like, just like even with P&B Rock, he was dying, and people was like, "Move out the way. Let me get this tape." I'm telling you, and it'll be even worse when a woman don't like that chick. You know she gonna be like, "Get your raggedy ass."
But you keep making it about the chick. It's not about the chick. It's about the child. That's it. It's not about the chick. This chick is a side issue. The only issue is the kid.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Sorry. That was
made
it.
it very clear that neither one of his baby mamas give a whoop-de-whoop about the other child. And that's kind of like disturbing right there in itself. It really is, because those children are siblings regardless, not by choice again. So that just goes to show about the women that you chose and their mindset. And you didn't do it once. Apparently you did it twice. So...
And in their defense, we'll say it's
your
not
point.
necessarily.
Your point is.
Wait. In their defense, we'll say that this is his assessment of what they would do. Maybe they wouldn't.
Apparently, you like that type of drama.
Wait.
You're back into that.
I need to repeat. This is what he's saying that they would do, but maybe they wouldn't. So in defense of them, that this is a knock on his perception of them, if not them directly.
When he said it, I was hoping.
So to them baby mamas out there, if you're watching the show, we not trying to throw y'all under the dirt. That's him.
No, we throwing your baby daddy under.
I'm right, y'all wrong. Anyway, next topic.
How about giving shout outs?
Oh, shout outs. Thank you, Lady J, First Lady of the girl. You know what it is. You looking nice. I love that outfit you was wearing last week. I'm telling you, dude, Mr. Floyd X was on to something. You got to have some little fashion tips for these shrinks out there, Lady J. You know what's popping. But let's do these shout outs. Focus Up Show. We need you guys to like and subscribe. Let's keep this momentum going, baby. The show was doing good. We rising to the top. We're going to start with my boy LeBread Trucking. He made a comment. He was wrong on that because he went against me. But anyway, salute to LeBread Trucking all across the nationwide. You need that done. Independent contractor. My boy's out there. He getting it cracking. He got 2 trucks. So, Kilo 2 Music, Rough Riders. Yeah. He got a new video out, new song. It's good. Like and subscribe. His music on Tidal, all that. He's been doing it for years. My boy is getting in the mix. Muhammad Meats up in Sacramento, El Grove. Muhammad Meats. Oakland. Pause. The area. Homies Way Car Club. Wukusu. Wake up, clean up, stand up. That's Gangsta Reese and Mr. Floyd X. Tunnel Vision. Tanisha, how you doing? She floating around out here in LA right now. I'm about to link up with her. We're about to go have lunch after I get up out of here. Toppy Woppy from Compton. My boy from Hollywood. You know, his new project out, Activated. And that's what it is. Buddy Bud. Salute to Buddy Bud. Buddy Bud Music. He's out there on Instagram. He's doing it big. He helped us out. We had our highest rated show with him. We're going to link up today. We're going to the... Damn, I don't have the flyer, but it's a black business affair. He invited me to it. I'm going, me and Mr. Floyd X. We're going to go represent the Focus Up show. So we doing all kind of things out here. This is LLC. Don't get it twisted. Tune in. What's up? What's next? Where we at? And one more thing. Because I was giving a salute to my boy, Mr. JC. Mr. JC, he has things going on. He decided to lead the show. That's why y'all ain't seen Mr. JC. But salute to my partner, our friend, our comrade, our loved one. What's up, boy? Yo, you know you welcome back anytime, sir.
He's still a part of everything.
Indeed. So where we at?
Surprise.
Surprise, this is a sexless marriage. Surprise, this is a sexless marriage. If you ain't been married, you probably don't understand what this topic about, because you don't the panani stops. It stops a little bit once you get married. You don't be getting it how you used to get that sale. They used to get that sale after the deal was sealed. Oh, we're closing up. Sorry. Not tonight. Got a headache. I'm on my, I don't feel like it. You didn't even shower. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired. I gotta go to work tomorrow. All them excuses. That's what happened once you get married. Where you at? Everybody, yeah, I'll go home. I got more. Fellas, that's not. Go ahead, Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah, I will say that it definitely seems like, before the courting, there's a lot more activity, and then once you start living with somebody, that quantity goes down. And I got a theory about that. I think that women, I'm not saying that they do, but it seems like women like to prepare for stuff. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to just go out looking whatever. They want to do all of this stuff. So when they come in, when they're visiting you from another house, they're ready to go. They're everything is whatever, blah, blah, blah. But when you're in the house, you don't got that energy. So I don't know what it is. I mean, you just feel like I'm not just about to just roll over and do whatever, So I don't know what it is, but that it's, and again, people are different. People are going to be more hungry than other people. But I mean, not to be knocking anybody, but my experience is that when you just start living with somebody, that quantity goes down big time.
And I know this about women. Women normally like to have sex with just one person. Like, not bouncing off from this guy to this guy. That's really how a lot of women operate. Now, you got this one guy in your house. Now y'all together, and he's really pursuing that. If you're not really giving it to him, in his mind, he's probably going to feel you're giving it away somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Because men do have a high sex drive, and a lot of times women, they feel like they can keep up with it, but you ain't been married to me yet, huh? Go ahead. I had props for this topic. I'm in LA. That's why I had stuff for this show.
What you got to say about this, First Lady?
I'm trying to figure it out because it says, surprise, this will be a sexless marriage. So from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong. So I'm assuming there was no sex, or is there sex? I want to make sure before I address it that I'm address it the right way. Is there sex before the marriage, or is it just like once you get married? Okay, so there's sex before marriage. So after the marriage is vocalized like this becomes a sexless marriage. Surprise, no more sex. Is that what you were getting at, Walk?
Yeah, because you're getting it a lot before the marriage. You're getting it a lot.
So here's my thing. If we were getting it a lot before the marriage, and then we get married, and if you like, oh, surprise, my new husband says, surprise, this will be a sexless marriage, I'll be like, well, surprise, there's an annulment about to take place because I'm not that female. Like, first of all, I want somebody that I'm compatible with, and and I believe in keeping the spice, before and after. I'm not trying to send you away. I'm that female. I could be teed off, pissed off, highly mad, cried, teared up, whatever. But if you still trying to get the cookie, I'm gonna let you have the cookie regardless, because I don't want you to veer off and go somewhere else. So don't come trying to spring a surprise on me, because I'm gonna surprise you right back by walking down there to get that annulment, and like no. So I'm not with no, all surprises are not good. Let's put it that way.
I mean, they're not going to say it like that. It's going to be a gradual change. See, because the reason why this topic is so important to the United States of America, especially dealing with, that's why I'm wearing my colors, a lot of men are going through this. A lot of men are going through this to where they're not getting sex from their home like they did before they got married. This ain't no stuff that we just thought up from the top of our heads, and now it's really making an impact on the whole United States of America. This is the Focus Up show, Focus Up. But anyway, let me stop. I personally, that's why I'm willing to help. I'm willing to help men out there. If your wife ain't giving it to you, especially if you're in jail.
Oh, you gonna help them?
Give her my number.
There probably are women that's
give her
the same thing though.
I will help.
It's Peggy Bundy from Married with Children.
Well, some of these men need to find out the real reason, find out why they're not getting it as much as they used to. You know,
that's
like
this modern day versus traditional, because back in the day, it'll be a man, he'll be out working all day, come home sweaty and stank, and his wife be like, your bath is ready, husband. And then when he's ready to, after he done ate and he's ready to lay down, she will lay down with his funky, ugly ass. See, y'all women on some bullshit.
And that's why they had big families back in the day, and they don't now.
Facts. 8 kids, 9 kids, married too. Mm-hmm.
I'm not having no 8, 9, 10 kids. You can have all the sex you want. But I'm not having no 8, 9, 10 kids. That's just that. I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to keep from putting myself in a situation to where I won't be at the abortion clinic, because I am not pushing out or cutting having all of those children.
We can get busy say that when you're not the one shooting them out. That's what you say.
That's what my grandmother had 14 children. So, and she pushed them all out. No.
Did you say abortion clinic?
I said,
oh my God, Lady Jane.
I thought, yes.
You need a segue to a different topic.
I said, I'm not trying to go there by far. But most of the time, there's a reason why there's lack of sex at home.
Yeah, I mean, of course, that's obvious. I know why. No, let me stop. I'm feeling too good. I'm in LA.
That's not giving it up like they should. There are a lot of people that have a high sex drive.
Let me do my promo. I'm in LA. I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. It's going down tonight. F with us. Focus Up show. It's popping. We're about to go hit this black thing. The black business. It's gonna be popping. I'm gonna be there looking like this, ladies. Come holler at you. Let me stop. Let's move on. Let's move on.
My question is it a surprise that it's less sex, or is it sex less?
It's less sex. Someone was being a test tube baby and not putting that space in between the
it might just be like this though. It's like when you get a new toy, you play with it all the time, and then over time you stop playing with it, then you just stop playing with it. It's just a gradual thing. I mean, if it's less sex, I mean you can understand that, but if it's sex less, no sex at all, it's a problem.
My point, it's like, why get married? Waste of time. What if that's one of the attributes that a person fell in love with? So, you keep it going, especially if you're able to perform. That go both ways, male and females.
Yeah, well, if you marry for sex, that's cool. All right.
Not just sex. I said that's one.
Suzanne Summer, she said her and her husband, they do it every day. Now, Susan Summers in her 70s now.
Mm-hmm.
And this was in the 80s, in the 90s, in the 2000s, early 2000s, she was saying this. Here's my thing. If you're that damn old, you don't want to have no sex every day. Something wrong with that. Not everybody want to have sex every day. But
why is something wrong with that?
We do need it. We do need it popping. We do need it cracking at least. Like me personally, I could do like once a week or maybe twice a week. Come on now, but it got to be some type of transaction popping off with us. It got to be. I didn't experience this. I've been married 2 times, and you know what I'm saying.
Didn't you say you was married 3 times?
I don't count that first one. That got annulled with Lady J. That got annulled.
So that might have literally been
Because it was
Sexless.
No, that was interracial. I was a dumbass. Ooh, yeah. That's gonna be another topic whenever
Oh,
y'all want to talk
interracial.
about that.
It was a white girl.
Yeah.
It was a white girl.
Max,
Okay.
Say what?
I was 18 years old and stupid.
18 with a boot.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Okay, well, enough of that sexless surprise. What else you have for us? Or you start throwing condoms in the air?
Next topic. How about the free phone calls for California inmates? Is that a good or bad idea?
Started Mr. Nice Guy or Lady J. This was your topic.
Well, I think it's a wonderful idea. It saves money for families that have to put money on the cards for the inmates to call. It gives inmates a chance to connect with families who can't afford to put money on the inmates' book. So I would say a good idea. Let them get their 15 minutes of fame and catch up with their family members, do what they need to do.
Well, this was a new law. This got enacted this year, beginning this year, to where all phone calls are free coming from prison, going out to families. In the story, it said incoming and outgoing. I'm like, you're not calling an inmate. But that's really what it said when I was looking up the story. But I think it's a good thing. It should have been done. Look, I was in there. Y'all, wait, hold on. Y'all know I'm in the streets. I'm out here thugging on the block. I've been selling crack cocaine since I was 1 year old, dude.
Now it's what?
Since I was there. Hey, every week it's gonna get younger. First I was 2, now it's gonna be 1 year old. I've been selling dope in these
That
streets.
was you on the Ring camera.
That was me. Yes, I got my first body. I was 4. Now let me stop. Knock on wood. But anyway, what I'm saying though, this is something like when I was locked up, I was making the collect calls, and it was just if that bill was high. My pops, my dad told me how much it was. My father did. Miles was like, "Oh, don't even worry about it." When I came home, Pops was like, "Yeah, you know, it was $400 for 2 months." Pops was on my bumper. I'm like, I didn't know. Sorry. But it's a great thing. It's a beautiful thing. Let them inmates get in touch with their family. And just to speak, that's a beautiful thing because a lot of times people was not accepting those phone calls. I seen brothers in there who didn't have nobody to even call because they know ain't nobody gonna accept it. So, it's a beautiful thing. And it might save your family member that's in there because now Bubba could take out his frustration on the phone instead of beating your ass up in that cell.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a beautiful thing because first of all, you had these companies that were just really pimping the system to make all this money out. That was what was really ugly about it. Because I remember I have family members calling in. I mean, I was dealing with hellacious, phone bills. Now, thankfully it got to a point where they got their sort of like calling cards and it got managed after a base. But we know how phones work. I mean, you got a cell phone, you can call anywhere, and it's free. You know what I'm saying? It's a different world. You know what I'm saying? So it was ridiculous for them to put that burden on the families. It was ridiculous to put that obstacle before the prisoners. And, we should be trying to keep those ties. Prison isn't a place where you just put people away and just forget about them. People shouldn't go in prison and have a terrible experience and come out worse. What you need to do is keep that humanity connection together, connected with family, connected, all of this stuff. These are still people and they need to still have a connection to the reality, to the outside, so that you don't just creating even, worse things by the whole prison process. So I champion it. It was a great idea, long time coming, and they should be doing other stuff like this. Prison shouldn't be as bad as it is.
It ain't that bad, to be honest with you. I'm just being
I'm not
honest.
trying to find out. So
no. But I mean, what you say, Mr. Nice Guy, you do have a point where it's not like just treat them like animals because a lot of times once you go to prison, it's like you're still paying for that crime you committed years ago, and then even when you get out, you're still paying for it, and then when you commit another crime, and go back in, you're still paying for it. Then when you get out and do the same thing over and over again, you're still paying. But that's really what it is. But they are human. They have made bad choices. And come on, let them get final call. Come on now.
That's Pooh.
Mama, I love you.
What you got to say, Pooh?
Put some money on my books. No, go ahead.
All I gotta say is those phone calls are expensive on people. You know what I'm saying? When you get those collect calls and stuff, you can't talk too long because next month you might not even have a phone. So,
right. Facts.
I remember I was in the county. I did like 2 weeks in the county once, 2.5 weeks, something like that. I called home like twice because I didn't want to run up that phone bill because I know it's expensive. So, I mean, yeah, let them talk to their peoples, because some of these people, that's all they got. It's just people out there, and they can't even communicate with them because they can't afford it. So I think it's a really, real good thing. In fact, I applaud California for doing that. California has been making some good moves lately, getting some rain. You know what I'm
saying? Hey, I remember my boy, he called me from prison. He was like, hey, man, check on my girl for me. I'm like, hey, she right here.
Ouch.
I ain't grimy like that. That was just a joke. I never been a sucker like that. Never. Salute to all my guys. That's a murder shit right there. That's murder. That's murder. Yeah.
What next we have coming up before I throw a monkey wrench in here?
We'll put it in because
I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in here. Okay, what's you guys take on Alec Baldwin?
Oh,
yes. This is a good one. This is a good one.
Girl, I love you, First Lady. You are great. You saved the show.
I love me too.
You saved.
I'm gonna say this. I have a problem. Ahead. I don't understand
why. Explain what happened. Let's go. Come on.
Okay, so apparently, Alec Baldwin was on on the stage or whatever. They basically filming this film, and somehow he fired a live gun and ended up, killing 2 people. Or I don't know if he killed 2 people or hurt 2 people with it. I know he killed 1 person. Somehow this one magic bullet, hurt 2 people, but took 1 life. And, this reminds me, whenever I think about this stuff, I think about Bruce Lee's son. And, it disturbs me that there should be no real guns on any sets, period. In fact, I don't even think we should be even pulling triggers on guns in movies. We, at some point, we can just use our imagination. You know what I'm saying? You can put that fake fire or whatever. Exactly. So to me, I have respect for guns. I'm not even going to sweep a person with the barrel of the gun. I literally would not. If they be telling me point this, you better angle this guy off camera. I'm not pointing a gun, even a fake gun, at an actual human being. I don't sweep my dogs with my gun.
So you feel he should be charged or not? Like, come on, you kind of veering off. We got.
Well, no. I'm saying that to me, it's the problem is the fact that it's on there, not the fact that some actor pull the trigger or whatever as far as a gun. He shouldn't even had a real gun. So no, there's, he did some, obviously he pointed at them. They don't necessarily have my protocol, so I can't speak down. If the rules were you don't never point a gun directly at somebody, then guess what? Then he's responsible for that. But the fact of the matter is they have a person who actually hands out, the machines and checks all this stuff. That's the person, to me, that's the culprit in all of this.
And yeah, that's where the problem lies, because they do have gun handlers, and they like when you have them fake bullets, I think they put them like in a it's like a green or something. They're packaged. They're not. It's not live ammunition. It's a blank. It's a bullet. It's an actual bullet that goes in the chamber, but it doesn't shoot. It won't come out. But so that's I don't think that's the problem. What I'm tripping off is how is Alec Baldwin getting charged? Because he obviously ain't the person behind the scenes. Like, okay, yeah, unless he brought a bullet and put it in the chamber. See, it's probably more to this case than we actually know. But I know where he did mess up at. They reviewed, the FBI analyzed that weapon. There was no problems with that weapon. Alec Baldwin said something like he cocked it back and it went off. That's bullshit, bro.
He said he didn't pull the trigger. That's what he said.
Yeah, he said the hammer. He clicked the hammer back and the gun went off. And that's a lie. If you deal with guns, you know that's bullshit.
If you pull the hammer back, you can pull the hammer back, but you can actually put the hammer back in place too. You can, unless you pull the trigger. He had to pull the trigger. There's no way
exactly
he could the trigger.
Okay, and I think that's why he's getting charged. I think that's why he's getting charged, because they like, nigga, you lying, Alec. You lying, Alec. This ain't no movie. Yeah. You about to get some real charges. Yeah.
Look up police SIG firing without them do whatever. I mean, it actually does happen.
Oh yeah, you talking about the police like just shooting people?
No, I'm not talking about police. No, that's police shooting. I was
just saying it happened to black people all the time.
No. I'm talking about how they're fired, their weapon will discharge, and they're not like a person or something like that. Where
you a damn lie. I'm calling fade. I'm calling bullshit on that, Mr.
Google it.
I ain't googling that.
Here's the deal.
Not yet.
Are you talking about an automatic or a revolver?
I'm not talking about a revolver. I'm talking about an automatic.
This was a revolver.
Thank you, El Po. Thank you. Where your horn at, Mr. El Po?
I wasn't challenging that. I'm just saying that, first of all, these are all mechanisms. I mean, people act like a mechanism is never broken before. Like you act like I've been on a freeway and my whole braking system just exploded and I didn't have no brakes. I mean, not everything works how it should be. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, somebody tried to sabotage you. I think somebody tried to sabotage old girl too, because hey, she might have did something wrong. Something happened because it wasn't supposed to be no live ammo on the set. So
period.
And not only that, with that revolver. And that the movie is called Rust. It's an old Western movie. They ain't got no Glock 19. They don't got a Glock 17. They ain't got a 4.5 rubber grip.
No automatic.
Yeah, ain't no automatics. They got that old school. Come on, bro. That's where they got him at. He told a lie. I would have been like, damn, I don't know what happened. I popped and 2 people went down. That's kind of suspect too. How did that one magic bullet?
Now think about this. But now that you're saying this, now think about it. If you pull a hammer back, there's something that's keeping that hammer back, right? You cock it, that's holding that back. What you're saying is that it's impossible that the mechanism wouldn't, whatever. Now you did say they inspected it. So if they inspected it, that's definitely ground to be suspicious about. But I don't think there's an issue about whether he pulled the trigger or not. There's a lot of speculation that this is politically motivated, because the person that's prosecuting is basically known to have heavy Republican ties, and this guy has a reputation for a lot of liberal comments and stuff like that. So some of these prosecutors, a lot of cases that they take, they tend to not want to take a case that they can't win. But if they do take a high profile case, something like this, it might be an attempt to segue into politics. I mean, all of these people come from somewhere. A lot of these politicians, I mean, Kamala Harris, she used to be a DA. So I mean, that's just how that works.
Locked up more niggas than anybody. What you got to say, Miss Lady J?
My number one question has always been, how did live ammunition get on the set, period? Somebody had live ammunition. That should be the go-to. That should have been the investigation, that alone, before anything. Apparently I'm speculating that Alec is not the one that put it there. That should be the main focus. Who put it there? Why was there live ammunition to begin with? Regardless of what got cocked. I'm not familiar with guns, but it's just a matter of, how did that live ammunition get there? That's the question.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but I'm gonna say like this: I don't think Alec Baldwin liked her too much, because he had pointed the gun at her ass and said, "Hey, take this." Oh, it was so cool. It was
like the camera person. That was the person that was setting. She was like the director of the shot. So I mean, he was pointing. It was like the shot related
photography or something like that.
Yeah. Somebody he was saying a joke, Mr. Nice Guy. Mr. Nice Guy got to analyze every damn thing.
That's right, analyze everything. But the fact of the matter is,
somebody hollered out "cold gun," which means that it's supposed to have blanks in there. So that's what I think it might have been a setup. But who am I to say? Anyway, it is what it is, and unfortunately, he might have to go to jail. Too bad.
Hey, charging and convicting are 2 different things. So let's not jump in front of this. I mean, it's going to be very tough, I'm thinking, for them to actually, unless they have protocols where you can never point the barrel at the gun at a person, which I think they should have, but I don't think they do. So unless that's the case, it's probably going to be hard to put anything on him that sticks.
It's just
But
gonna
that
come
female,
down to. It's
that
really
gun
gonna
handler,
come down to what Miss Lady J said. How did that live ammunition get there? That's and you know they putting the pressure on everybody just so somebody gonna crack. Somebody gonna be like somebody gonna pull a gunner. Somebody gonna pull up, no pun intended. Somebody gonna pull a gunner and tell what really happened, how that bullet get there.
well, the female, the person that, you know, they always have I forget what they call it, the person that's in charge of all the guns and stuff like that and making sure whatever. It's this female that was the person that was in charge of that stuff. And from my recollection, she didn't have like a whole bunch of experience. She was basically like somebody's son, you know, or somebody's daughter who was like in the industry and basically got that opportunity. And I mean, you know, she wasn't necessarily a person that was very experienced, but I mean, she's claiming that I guess there was other people that were in her way and interfering with her ability to do her job. If that's the case, that's an argument. But I mean, we'll see how it plays out.
You talking about like
and
the
she don't buy the rounds either. She don't buy the bullets either.
Thank you. That's what I was about to say. Somebody bought the right bullets for the right gun, live ammunition.
Shouldn't have
so
no
they knew
live
what they were doing.
Unless you're the security, there should not be no live ammunition.
Check this out. We come to the end of the show. We here, Focus Up Show. Like, subscribe, check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're not on TikTok yet because we all old and we ain't messing with TikTok that much.
I'm not old. He's claiming to be old.
All right, y'all. We beautiful show. Check y'all out. Till next time, same bad channel.